Some retro levels feel harmless. They lure you in, then wreck you. Here are 4 that tricked us into feeling safe. Rusty Bucket Bay from Banjo-Kazooie gives the player a calm harbor to explore. Sure, Grunty has poisoned the water, but careful platforming and patience will keep you out of the drink. While it's not the most cheerful vessel in the world, many of the jiggies can be easily obtained through vertical platforming or entering codes. Then, there's the engine room. This is where the safety of the harbor turns into claustrophobia and panic. We've all been there. 88 notes collected, only 12 more to go. One mistimed jump here, and it's all over. It's one of the few areas in the game that a fall means death and a complete restart. The moving platforms, gears, and propellers make the engine room one of the hardest areas of Banjo-Kazooie. From the grime of the engine room to the warmth of the Christmas spirit, Freezeezy Peak's bright lights, colossal snowman, and masterful music create a safe and playful winter wonderland. Wazza the Walrus, giving you a jiggy since you're not the smelly brown bear and his ugly bird, adds to the light-hearted atmosphere Rare built for us. Finding presents for Boggy's kids and lighting the tree are challenges that scream comfort and Christmas. Then, Rare takes the safety net away. Climbing the snowman, racing Boggy as the walrus and as Banjo and Kazooie, and let's not forget about finally getting revenge on those darn Sir Slush enemies with our accurate beak bomb attack. Ho 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 ho! Take that! How do you like it? That's for pelting me with snowballs the whole level. Woo! Got a little carried away there. Ah, the sparkling beauty of crystal caves. Just what I need after my battle against the Sir Slush enemies. The serene environment is enhanced by the celesta and harp, adding a twinkling quality in the music. The level features an igloo, ice castle, and cozy cabins to make the player feel safe and relaxed. Crystal Cave's calm and cool exterior hides stressful interiors that present some of the hardest challenges in Donkey Kong 64. By using Lanky's baboon balloon ability, you can float into the top of the ice castle. One of the most frustrating challenges awaits inside. The Beetle. Tiny's race with the Beetle and Angry Aztec was a warm-up compared to this one. Our orangutan friend has to win the race with 50 or more coins to get the prize. The Beetle starts ahead of you, is much faster than you, and Lanky will lose more time in the orang stand sprint barrel. The first section contains slippery hallways before plunging down a hole into an icy slide. The next section presents a jump over lava. I don't make it, and the Beetle is just as sassy and annoying as when Tiny loses to her. Here's my successful run against the Beetle. I use Lanky's orang stand ability to get to the orang stand sprint barrel. The opening section has 24 coins before the first lava jump, and I snag 23. To make it over the lava, I get a lot of speed and press jump at the last second. After another slide and orang stand area, there's a second lava section. This one requires 3 jumps in quick succession. I slide behind the Beetle in purple, blue, and green sections, making sure she doesn't knock into me here. I blast past her right after and sprint to the finish. Oh, banana. Donk, donk, Donkey Kong, huh. This rustic cabin is anything but cozy for Diddy. One of the most maddening challenges lies inside. After entering, the door closes behind him, and you're given 49 seconds to dispose of 2 critters, 2 clumps, and 4 clobbers. The aggravating controls of Diddy's rocket barrel rear their ugly head here. To make things tougher, the 2 critters and 2 clumps are in the 4 corners of the room, and the 4 clobbers are on the middle platform. Diddy can use his peanut pop guns to put away the critters, but they won't work against the other enemies. Grenades are your best bet versus the remaining foes, but the finicky camera can make it difficult to aim. The best strategy is to race for the rocket barrel boost and hover just above the clobbers to corral them in one area. Then I land on the platform, take out one critter, throw one grenade to oust all of the clobbers, stand on the middle platform to take out the clumps, and remove the final critter with the peanut pop guns. Golden banana acquired. Fungi Forest transports us into a whimsical storybook world full of talking worms, racing rabbits, and giant mushrooms. Fending off mutant tomatoes to save the worm, then carrying him to a sunny spot feels like a fantasy novel come to life. The worm's quip about Chunky needing to be careful or he will bruise is delightful and an example of the rare charm we love. Inside the mushroom, Chunky must use his pineapple launcher to rearrange the pieces of the puzzle to match his face. With only one zinger enemy to contend with, this is a safe and clever activity for another golden banana. DK's barrel blast and subsequent minigame to save the fairies from the claptraps are fairly breezy, and you would expect fairies in this type of level. However, Fungi Forest is home to a day-night cycle, and the peaceful, whimsical world becomes much darker and dangerous when the sun goes down. Skeletons and bats replace the normal foes. Donkey Kong must deal with a briar patch, and a certain nocturnal bird has a challenge for Diddy. Diddy's song will wake the owl, but he won't speak to anyone without wings. I come back with the rocket barrel on my back, ready for his test. Flying through the owl's rings is tough, especially with the challenging controls of the jetpack. What makes it twice as difficult is that you have to get through every ring without touching the ring. Here, I have to start again after touching the bottom of one. A dodo? Way to make me feel good about myself, owl. Pressing Z to hover is absolutely necessary to get through the course and grab the golden banana, especially when you lose control of the rocket barrel. The developers give us unlimited crystal coconuts here, which is a plus. Should have made the course harder. You're on my list, Mr. Owl. It's not even over after you get through all the rings. You have to last through 45 seconds of busy barrel barrage for the banana. Diddy's nighttime duties don't end there. Use the simian spring to reach the inside of the barn. Squawk arrives with a flashlight, and Diddy must walk the planks to locate the golden banana in the darkness. Careful movements are key as we're one step away from a perilous plunge into the abyss. When changing direction or moving to a new plank, give Squawk time to adjust to you. This gives you a guiding light instead of chancing it in the dark. I'd recommend being patient. Here, I jump from one plank to another. This is very risky and can easily end in failure. With composure and self-restraint, I snag the golden banana. Danger lurks inside the windmill at night, and it's up to Tiny Kong to deal with the arachnid adversary. The way the spider rubs its legs together, excited for the upcoming meal, is classic rare charm. This challenge is anything but safe. The big spider sends smaller ones at you, and each one requires multiple hits to take down. After you take down the little ones, the big one will open its eye, providing an opening for Tiny to shoot a feather at it. As the fight progresses, more of them come at you, and they do a good job of attacking you at the same time. Storing up energy by holding B and letting it go will produce a purple shockwave, a powerful move to destroy the spiders. Shoot the big spider in the eye enough times, and it will come down and shrink in size, allowing Tiny to take it out and grab the golden banana. From engine room panic to walking the plank at night, these 4 retro levels show us how a whimsical world can trick us into feeling safe, only to reveal its true terrors once the sun goes down. But some challenges don't wait for nightfall. These Mario 64 stars are brutal from the start. Click here if you're ready for them.